Okay. So now that you have your personal stuff written in your calendar, we are going to start off our goals for the week. So what is your goal? How many people would you like to help become a customer? How many people would you like to help become a promoter? How many trials would you like to have sent out or get, or whatever the case may be, if you plan on doing trials this week? So I want you to write that out. What our goal is for the week of how many people we want to help. All right. I'm just reading everybody's comments so that I don't get behind. Yes, so many wins, you guys. This is awesome. I started strong too. Somebody put that in the chat. I did really good up until Wednesday, and something happened at Wednesday. All right. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put all the work with me's in and the Zooms. So these are all going to be Eastern Standard Time. So just so you guys all know, this is Eastern Standard Time. And I go off of, I'm underneath Lindsay. So this is like Limitless stuff. So I will include in here Christina Brill. She's also under Limitless. She has a Zoom that she does on Tuesdays. So I go off of that. If you are on a different team or have like a different, leader, I know we're all under M, but some of the leaders have maybe different work with me's or different Zooms or anything like that. I don't know those. So this is just solely off of like M's work with me's trainings plus lenses as well, which everybody is invited to all of those. So that's why I always include them on our work with me's. So on Monday, we have an 11 a.m. work with me. And the Zoom is going to be 666-188-9698. I believe it is, going off the top of my head. That is going to be the Zoom ID for all work with me's. And it's going to be the Zoom ID for Wednesday night's training. So just keep that in mind. And then at 9 p.m. on Monday, we have Lynn's has her team Zoom at 9 p.m. on this Zoom ID. On Tuesday, we have an 8 p.m. work with me. And then Christina Brill has her team training at 9 p.m. On Wednesday, we have a 10 a.m. work with me and a 9 p.m. team training Zoom. And that one is like overall hustling tribe. On Thursday, we have a 9 p.m. work with me. And then we have it's normally 9 p.m. opportunity event. That's a live on Facebook. So that is where you guys want to send your potentials, anything like that. If you have gotten all your IPAs done for the day and maybe you're newer, trying to build that confidence of how to talk about the products or anything like that, I always recommend watching that because there's some leader in some way, shape, or form talking about the products in the business. So it's going to just help build your confidence bucket, listening to people talk about it. So that is always a good thing to watch. On Friday, we have 10:30 a.m. work with me. On Saturday, we have an 11 a.m. work with me. And then on Sunday, we have 11:30 a.m. planning. And then we have 9 p.m. Brittany's Zoom training. And she drops the ID in the chat. I'm going to jot that down. So that is her team training. Christina Brill's Zoom ID is in the, let me see if I wrote it down. I always just go grab it from the graphic in Limitless. I'm bad about that. I probably should have had that on me. Thank you. Let me write that down. So y'all see, there are so many trainings that you can be a part of or be on to always stay close to the fire. So we have one Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, right? Like team powerful trainings from different powerful leaders that will fill up your cup 4 days in a row. And then as you see, we have work with me's Monday through Saturday. So there is not a day that goes by that somebody isn't coaching you through how to run your business. And then on Sundays, we have where we plan everything out. So you have all the tools that you need to be successful. It's just whether or not you show up for them and if you make them a priority, right? Like I said, I can give you all the things, we can write it all down in the calendar, but until you start doing all of the things that you need for your business, you're not going to see the results. And that's just getting real with yourself. And that's okay too. I think sometimes we need to have that like reflection. So that's another thing too that I wanted to talk about. I always say this with the work with me's. Those are great, right? I love the work with me's. There's always somebody on there teaching you a different way to utilize things, to try new things, all that kind of stuff. But let's say you can't get on those work with me's, or you have other things going. Your IPAs should be a non-negotiable in your day. So you need to set that time. I have a set time every single day that I do my IPAs, whether there's a work with me or there's not. So sometimes I might not be able to get on the work with me's, but my IPAs were already done because I picked the time that works best in my day. So you may be somebody doing your IPAs at 7 a.m. because that's before work, before the kids, before school starts, before all of the things. And that is your non-negotiable, right? You're doing your personal development and then you're getting your IPAs done. So I always like to drop that in there because I know we have so many work with me's. And I know sometimes it can get caught up trying to like, okay, well, there's an 8 p.m. work with me. I'll just do it later. But then later comes and guess what? Things happen and you could have gotten your IPAs done in the beginning of the day. So when I hop on a lot of the later work with me's or work with me's after my time, so to speak, I am doing just another round of IPAs. I'm doing a focused IPA. I might just be honestly like going through my customer list and tracking packages in that hour. Sometimes I hop on just for that accountability and just to know like I'm focused for that hour and I'm working. So can you guys hear me okay? Or is the TV in the background? Okay, cool. Otherwise I'll overpower from my phone and turn it down. The joys of having everything on wire, on phones and apps, right? Okay, so we now have all of our work with me's in, we have all of our team Zooms in, and we have our goals set for the week. You should also have your personal stuff put in as well, right? So all of your personal things that you have. So let's say you have a doctor's appointment the same time a work with me is going. Obviously you're going to go to the doctor's appointment. So your IPAs need to be done before that. So I have, like I said, a non-negotiable. I have a non-negotiable time of when I do my IPAs because it just works with my schedule. I know I can get it done. It's personal to me. And then everything else is above and beyond that. So sometimes you need to do that. And if you need to, make a time with yourself and have your own work with me. There's a ton of work with me's that you can get on Hustling page. You can go to others YouTubes that have them. But like if you go to the Hustling page and you search work with me's, there's so many recorded work with me's. So if you need that accountability or you need somebody to walk you through it, just go and put one on and pretend like you're live, right? So that's always a really good thing and tool to utilize as well. So now what we're going to do is I want you to take a couple minutes to look back at your social media for this last week. I want you to do a social media audit on yourself before we start planning content, before we start figuring out all of the ins and outs. I want you to actually go through and look at your social media for the last week and see, did you post about the products? Did you post like the meat and potatoes of our business. What does that mean? That's the fact that you can earn products for free every single month. That's that we don't have any mandatory auto shipments. We don't cold message. We run our business for free, our VIP period, our bonuses. Are you talking about these things? Or are you just being inspirational? Right? Are you talking about the products and what they did for you and being able to help somebody finding a pain point in their life because you're sharing a pain point in your life that the products helped you with? So I want you to take a couple minutes, look back at your social media, and then see, where did I not like talk about things? What could I do better this week? What do I want to focus on this week? And then we're going to start planning our content. So let's take about 3-ish minutes to just kind of do a little like run through of our photos of everything. And then we'll go ahead and start planning our content. Okay. So now that we have kind of looked over our stuff, like I know now what I want to kind of talk about a little bit more this week. Have you talked about TAC? Have you talked about kind of, you just did an audit of yourself, you kind of looked at things. So now go to your planner and figure out what you want to talk about each day. So whether it's the products, whether it's the business, whether it's the community and the friendships, you guys, sometimes like some of you guys have also been able to like work with your best friend. Throw a picture up of you and your bestie and talk about that. Talk about the fact that y'all get to work together and dream together and plan trips together or earn free trips for the company. And you get to go with your best friend because she's doing it too. Or maybe you met people. Like I personally, everybody in this company, I've only met virtually. I have never physically met anybody yet. So I don't have like the selfies and stuff, and I can't wait for like when I get to meet everybody. But let's say you have met somebody or anything like that, post that up. Do you guys know how many people I have that join for the community? A lot of people join for the community. They want friends. They want to be able to hang out with people that inspire them. Sometimes it's not just the money. Sometimes it's just, I want to be able to be with like-minded people or to have friends. So go ahead and decide now what you like to do. So keep in mind, look at your goals, how many customers, promoters, trial packs, right? All that kind of stuff that you wanted. And then break it down into every single day. So I like to kind of post more like product, business, product, business, product, business. I like to do like majority of it being, or my week being very split up evenly. Why? Because the products are just as important as the business. The business is just important as the products. If you don't have your 2 customers yet, I already have 2 customers on both of my accounts. So I know I'm thriving for free next month. So for me, if let's say you don't have that yet, maybe you want to focus on getting your 2 customers so that you know you're thriving for free. So what does that mean? You're going to want to talk about the products. You're going to want to talk about that you can thrive for free every single month. And guess what? Our customers can also thrive for free every single month. Talk about the new auto shipment. You know what I'm saying? Our auto shipments are not mandatory, but guess what? We have so many people. I think the retention rate is like high 90% of people that still stay on auto shipment, even though they don't have to. And our company is like, hey, after 3 months, we're going to start sending you stuff, new products, swag, all this kind of stuff. You are going to be spoiled by our company. That is so huge because you don't have to be in there. Talk about that kind of stuff. And so I'm going to give you guys like 3 to 5 minutes. Go ahead and start writing down what you want to talk about. Like, and it can just easily be like product. And maybe that day you decide what you want to talk about. For me, I know right now I want to talk about TAC a little bit more. So that's going to be something I talk about. I love the gives back. That speaks to my soul. I do this, you guys, like one of my biggest reasons is because I want to be able to give back in such a big way, financially and other ways as well. And I know that this opportunity allows me to make that an abundance so that I can give in abundance. So the fact that our company is giving $5 from every single pack, y'all, that is huge. That is so huge. I know that like Lindsay had posted like what we had done in one day on just her downline, which was like when like it first launched. Okay. So for example, it was like late at night till till midnight. It was almost $1,200. That's just her leg. Think of Brittany's legs, Katie's leg, M's legs, and all the whole company. And that was one day of like, so think of the big impact you are making and our customers can make every single day. I don't know about you guys, but when I go places and they ask me, do you want to round up? Do you want to donate? All that kind of stuff. Or if there's something that I can like donate and it also be like something I purchase, I'm all for it because I love giving back. So guess what? There's a lot of people out there like me too. So talk about the fact that people can start feeling good about themselves with TAC, but also giving back in a big way and making an impact. That's so huge, right? Sorry, I got on a tangent with that. You guys know me. If you don't know me, hi, hello. I can just run off in my mind sometimes and bring you along with it. So let's take a few minutes and go ahead and start planning out what we want to talk about. So the question is, how do you determine a post versus a story? I'm in my stories every single day talking about the products, talking about the business in some way, shape, or form, whether it's through an opportunity story that I make or I'm live talking about it. So my stories are always part Christina and part Thrive in some way, shape, or form. So I'm always in my stories doing both personal and business and product. I normally show my products every single day. Sundays are my only days where things go a little bit differently. I personally don't log in or start doing anything business until after this Zoom. My beginning morning is spent in church, and then I honestly hop right onto this, and then I start doing my morning. So I like to show my products first thing in the morning, so on and so forth. So then when I'm deciding my content right now, like for example, like I'm going to talk about the product tomorrow and I want to talk about the energy because I know that Mondays can be such a draining day for a lot of people. So I want to talk about how I get my energy to go through my Monday. So I'm going to talk about that. When I say that, that's for my posting for my feed, because my stories, I'm going to already be in there talking. I do Christmas in Christina's Cup. I kind of just let my stories flow with however I'm feeling to be the most authentic self too. And people get to just see me as like real me and in my stories. Tuesday, for example, you guys, Tuesday is it's the second Tuesday of the month, right? Let me make sure I got that right. Yes. It's the second Tuesday of the month. So guess what's being paid out tomorrow? Auto bonuses. And if you earned a bonus, those are being paid out tomorrow, the second Tuesday of every month. Talk about it. Even if you're not getting a bonus, even if you're not getting an auto bonus, talk about what's on the table. A 4K, somebody that could come in next month on the second Tuesday of the month could be opening up an extra $500 in their check. Right? Talk about where you're going with the company. Talk about the fact that your car is going to be paid for and you're going to get either a $300 or $800 bonus. Yes, Mallory and Sue, I know those are two babes that just earned the 12K bonus last month. Guess what they got? They got $1,200, I think is the payout, plus the auto bonus. Y'all, like, what kind of company does that too? It's like, oh, hey, yo, you get an auto bonus and we're throwing another bonus on top of it. Talk about those kind of things. The second Tuesday of every month is when those things get paid out. Yes, auto bonus times 2. You guys, what company allows you to earn 2 auto bonuses? Like, that's insane to me. I don't have a car. We only have one car, but I'm running to earn an auto bonus on a second one because in my future, plan to have a car. But you don't even have to have a car. That's still, they're going to give you that bonus, $300, right? Or you can upgrade and get that $800. So talk about the things that are coming for you, that you're running for. Bring people along for the journey because you're going to inspire them, right? I know that sometimes we think we have to make it before people want to come with you. I think that's just us letting fear and our own insecurities go into our mind, right? You don't have to make it before people want to go with you. People want to go with you. They want to go with you to earn that car bonus so that they can earn that car bonus. They want to go with you to earn those while you're earning those trips so that they can earn those trips. Yes, once you get there and you're able to talk about it, that's great too. But I think sometimes when we haven't earned those things, we let our insecurities and our fear make us think that we have to earn it before we can talk about it, or we have to earn it before before people will want to join us. I've earned the I've earned the luxury vacations. I haven't gone on any of them, but I talk about them. I still talk about them confidently and people want to go. I don't have pictures to show anything. I don't have anything to show anything, right? Still talk about it. Yes, you are a paid storyteller. I love that, Brittany. Yes. Stop attaching your expectations to their potential. I love this. Love it. All right. So you should now have your content kind of figured out. Also, while you were doing a social media audit, ooh, man, I can't talk. While you were doing a social media audit, did you feel like you were representing who you were in your pictures? Your pictures say who you are. Were you representing yourself? Were you hitting your brand? Were you talking about, like, would somebody, if you looked at your last 7 or 6 squares, would you be able to say one thing about yourself that has nothing to do with the business or the products? I'm always holding a mug, my dog, my spouse, if you have kids, home decor, right? These are me. So when I look at my grid, I want to make sure, do they represent who I am? My reels, I like to make funny reels too, because that's my personality. So I like to have some reels that literally have nothing to do with the business or the products. And I want to get back into that because I was doing that so much. And I did a social media audit over myself over the weekend and looked back what I was doing in like November and December when things were just, when I felt different. And I realized I was doing funny reels where I was like, just people got to know my personality. I was singing with a nutcracker, for crying out loud, for Christmas. But I was like, wow, I felt so aligned then. So I knew this week when I was doing my audit, like that's why I had you guys audit, was because I knew like I need to also be aligned with who I am too and be authentic to me, because that's how your posts, that's how people are going to feel you, right? Like they can feel when you're not authentic. I know we think that's crazy. That's why we do not preach or teach cutting and pasting posts. Yes, you can take somebody's post. And I think Lindsay spoke about it last week. If you didn't watch that training, go watch that. She spoke about how, yes, you can go and you can get somebody's post and you can get inspired by it and make it your own. But if you are literally copying and pasting, people feel that, right? Like people will feel and know if that's not you. So make sure you're always staying true to who you are too. So now we also have, when you looked back at your social media audit, do you need to go live more? Do you need to do more reels? I had that reality check just now. I need to do more of those. Do I need more content? So that's things that I'm going to write down in my calendar. So like how many reels I want to do this week, how many lives I want to do this week, and what day I'm going to create some new content. And again, like I said, next week, we're going to hold each other accountable. And we're going to all be accountability partners to one another. And it's okay. Nothing bad happens, right? We're just going to try to hold each other accountable to what our goals are. So I wrote down how many reels I want to do, and I just wrote down how many lives I want to do. Yes, I know the 3 steps when you're not feeling good, literally, you just take them and they just bring you to life, I swear. All right. So you guys, the rest of your, your calendar can be when you sit down in the morning, when you're like, let's say after you've done your personal development and you're planning your day, write down things you need to do. Like I wrote down, like I needed to clean this was last week. I needed to clean. I wanted to write down my March goals. I needed to check in with some of my customers. I needed to schedule some things with some of my girls on my team. So every single day when I was doing that, and then I fell off, why? Because I don't know, I got lazy. I don't know what happened. I got in my head, things happened, life happened. I'm creating new habits and I'm human, so it's okay. But when I was doing that those days, I felt really good. And when I write down things and I put like a little check mark box next to it, I have to complete it. Right? Like if I put it down and there's a check mark there box, like it's like it eats at me. So a lot of times I won't write things down. Why? Because then it can't eat at me. Right? Let's just be real with ourselves. You know what I mean? So then I was like, okay, I'm just, whoa. So I'm going back to, I know my personality. I know what makes me happy and what makes me tick. And I'm going to start doing that again to hold myself accountable. And I'm just being real and vulnerable with you guys because I want you guys to know not every day looks perfect. Not every day you are going to be perfect. And there are days where I looked back last week and I was like, dang, but guess what? I got my IPAs done. I posted, I did the main core of what I needed to do, but I knew there was more I could be doing and I just didn't. And that's okay. I got real with myself. I did a check. I did an audit with myself. And guess what? This is a new week. This is a brand new week, you guys. We have brand new fresh pages that we can knock out every single goal that we have on this. And even if you don't sign all the customers that you just put or all the promoters that you wrote down or all the trial packs, if you show up for your business every single day, that's what matters. Because next week you may sign double the customers that you wrote down because you showed up this week and the week before. So keep that in mind. You may not see things, like you may not see the work you're putting in today, tomorrow, or next week or the week after. You may see it in a couple weeks, but keep building, right? Keep building. So does anybody have any questions? You guys can take the rest of your time today or anything like that. Like I said, you can put down whatever. Like I write down when I have to clean my house because let's just be real. I will push that aside too if I can, because it's like that's not like something I love to do, or laundry. But write that kind of stuff down. In the morning, write your to-do list and then make yourself check in with yourself midday. Have you gotten stuff done that you can get done? At the end of the night, before you are calling it a night, did you get your to-do list done? If you didn't, can you knock out some of those things on the to-do list before you go to bed, or maybe turn on that Netflix show or whatever it may be? These are just things that honestly I'm telling myself too. So I'm preaching to me, but I'm letting you guys know what's going on in my head and the thoughts that I have. So a reel is on Instagram. It's like a little video clip that you do. So there's different types of Reels. I know Brittany's really good at doing reels. I know Katie is really good at doing reels. So you guys can go kind of stalk them. They do a ton of reels all the time. But there's like a section. It's kind of like TikTok. If you're familiar with TikTok, it's kind of like TikTok, but on Instagram. So personally, I don't use TikTok. I'm just on Instagram and Facebook. But it's just like little blurbs. You can save audio. You can go and just make your own reel with like music. Let's say you have like music, you can be dancing, showing your products, anything like that. A good thing to do is go into the reels section and just start scrolling reels. And that's where you're going to get your inspiration from. So you guys, if you're not that creative or you don't really know what to talk about or anything like that, somebody's already created it. And then just go make it your own. Save the audio, go do your thing, and then, make it your own product. Sometimes there's a ton of people doing it with different products for different network marketing companies, and you can make it your own. So yes, I used to be a selfie queen because it was the quickest and easiest way to snap a picture because I was never prepared. So it was like, oh crap, I need to get something up. So I would just snap a selfie. So what other types of pics can you post? If you want to go check out my Instagram, I'm Christina Tammy on Instagram. And you can kind of see that matches my brand, but I don't ever leave my house. So a lot of my photos are just in my home, and I just take different ones with like my mug. I use my selfie stand. I don't have anybody taking pictures for me. So I use my selfie stand, or I'll use a book or prop it up. I set the timer. I'll take pictures like with my dog. I take pictures sitting in like my chairs or home decor somewhere around my house, sitting on steps, that sort of thing. You can always like go and look at people's I know me, right? So I know what I'm attracted to. So what I'm attracted to, like whether it be photos or fashion or anything like that, that's what I'm going out to also find too, right? That's who I'm going to connect with. So I also need to make sure that I'm representing what I'm attracted to as well. Does that make any sense? Because it does in my head, but I hope it makes sense to you, because that's where my disconnect was. And that's where Lindsay, when we had that one-on-one, I was like, no wonder my relationships are like, I'm not creating these types of relationships because I'm over here, just posting selfies, but I'm being drawn to people with like home decor or all these kind of things. But then they don't know anything about me because I'm not posting that side of me. I'm just posting the selfies. So I hope that makes sense. Yes, you can turn a TikTok into a reel. I know a lot of people do that. I think you just save the video. Yes, you got to embody your higher self and step into it daily. Katie said on one of her work with me's, I don't remember if it was this past week or the week before, that she said to write down like, I am a top leader in Lavelle. And she said every single day, like she says that I am to herself. So guess what? She's going to show up like that top leader, however that looks, but show up as that top leader. So I love that, Brittany. Yes, pick a day to not look like a hot mess and take a bunch of content. That's exactly what you should do. Batching content is so huge. We talked about that in a Zoom from last week. So you can find that. Lindsay posted that, I believe, in the hustling page. It was talking about batching content. I don't know anything about IG and TikTok. I saw somebody putting about the watermark. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about that. So some people you can follow, Shalene Johnson or Insta Club Hub for some branding tips. Yes, we did a Zoom last week about batching content. So that's up there too. All right, guys. So we got a lot on our planner. The rest is kind of up to you. The rest is going to be personal to you. So go ahead and plan accordingly. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys next week. But let's remember, we wrote it down. Let's hold each other accountable. So I'll see you guys next week so we can declare our wins. I'll talk to you later. Bye.